President Lyndon B. Johnson watches his grandson play with the telephone, by Yoichi Okamoto, 1968. A Russian soldier looking over Selimay Mosque in Edirne, Turkey. In 1878, Russian army had almost reached Erdene. Nazi General Anton Dossler is tied to a stake before his execution for relaying, repeatedly, against the protests of the men involved, order from his superior to execute 15 uniformed soldiers who were part of the Office of Strategic Services, OSS. Neil deGrasse Tyson, American astrophysicist, cosmologist, author, science communicator, and television host, at the University of Texas pursuing his master's in 1980. Only remaining image from the original ending of Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. 1981. Bonnie and Clyde's car after they were killed. 1934, on that day, just before dawn, a posse of police officers from Texas and Louisiana laid an ambush along the highway near Sales, Louisiana. Running the Negro out of Tulsa, a photograph from the Tulsa, Oklahoma race riot of 1921, which destroyed hundreds of black-owned homes and businesses, leaving 300 dead and 10,000 homeless. Tuwio, second Maori king, between 1868 and 1898. Baseball team of young Indiana glass workers. 1908. Swiss guards guarding the entry to the Vatican. In the background is an Italian carabinier. Rome, late 19th century. So why does Vatican employ Swiss guards? Long time ago the Swiss were poor. Main Street in Deadwood, South Dakota. 1876. The hole in the street is a placer digging. Woman talking on a hand-crank oak telephone, 1900. Hand-cranked telephones had magnetos in them that would produce AC current when cranked. The leveling of the hills to make Seattle, Washington, Denny Hill, 1910. When white settlers first came to Seattle in the early 1850s, the tides of Elliott Bay lapped at the base of Beacon Hill. 101st Airborne Division watched C-47s drop supplies to them at Bastogne in Belgium on December 26, 1944. Robert Overcracker rode a jet ski over Niagara Falls in 1995 to promote awareness for the homeless. His parachute failed to deploy and he died. A German paratrooper on the Eastern Front carries a wounded sergeant. 1942. Two South Vietnamese children gaze at an American paratrooper holding an M79 grenade launcher as they cling to their mothers who huddle against a canal bank for protection from sniper fire in the Bao Tre area, Vietnam, 1966. While campaigning for his brother, Robert Kennedy stops for lunch in Bluefield, West Virginia, 1960. Memphis' first public library in 1906. The Hedgehog and the Hare, Germany, 1862. These are costumes based on the Grimm's fairy tale titled The Hare and the Hedgehog, first published in 1812.